We can pop into game, and then we'll do our patch review. So we've got someone who's having trouble with mid lane. So let's see. We'll talk about some Chovy VODs. Push, creating a minion advantage allows you to trade more favorably. Once you plan on pushing past the middle of the lane, ward on the side that your jungler isn't, as a general rule. Make sure you ward at least 2 Teemos outside the mid bush and into the river. It's important to see those junctions. 3. Always, every time you make any decision, first check where the junglers are. The better you move in relation to them, the more success you will have. Anything else? Don't be afraid to recall if it's a bad place. You can also ask your jungler to come help you push out if it's that dire. Alright, that should be a good enough answer. Always, every morning starts off like this. We got to make some contribution to the community. Pop our name in there. All right, let's see. Time to get into game. Let's see. Do we have enough for Rel on this account yet? I kind of want to leave Fizz. I want to have like my one definite mid champ. Zed is really good in the jungle, as is Lee Sin, especially post-patch. What am I at? 25-20, and I need 28. Sorry, Fizz. Maybe it's Elise. Elise can get tons of kills at the CLO, but alright, we'll just take the role seriously. Play some Rel. Upgrade. Lee Sin being strong. Oh, wait. No, we're short. 2790. I can't do math. Zed. Sorry, buddy. I'll come back to you soon. Just not a champion that we're good at, even though he's exceptionally strong in the jungle. If you lead with smite, you just smite and then you start hitting with your empowered autos. On the camp, you just rip it apart and then you just have a super fast jungle clear. One of the fastest in the whole game. Alright, here we go. This is live. And put this over here. This is what we're popping in chat. Octoral Wars with the in-laws kicking their butt. Word games they have a chance on. I lost yesterday. It's okay. If you haven't seen it, Octordle, hella fun. I think it's the best way to play Wordle. More exciting, more content, which makes me think that maybe I'll pop up some Loldo in between. All right, so Rel not only fantastic in the jungle, but also going to kick the ass of most of the carry junglers that are out there. We just need to make sure to stay ahead of them. Now, big winners from the patch. I guess we can leave this up here as well. A lot of nerfs. So people who were strong, who didn't get nerfed, obviously are going to continue to be strong. Rek'Sai got one of the most savage patches. I'm going to go with Aurelion Soul because they're good at long distance. Rek'Sai got ripped apart. Kindred took some stat debuffs. Vi took denting blow, or the passive damage. Varus got ripped apart. But this was, Varus was a #1 pick. I'm glad that they got the Nico and Varus gone. And Static Shiv and Storm Razor are no more. I'll swap with this guy. Did they already do the reset? That's the part I actually gleaned over. No, these are July 19th. Okay. Ranked and start dates. July 17th. That's the one. Okay. Wow, we got a chatty box. Okay, so that was uncalled for. Now my friends are grown-ass adults, and they want us to play this still. Yeah, it's a fun game. Oh boy. Unemployment. Yeah, no, we won't make the joke. It's a little too antagonistic. Let's see. What do we have with Rel? All right, so this is fine for turret diving if I'm going to be diving. So we kind of want to look at the team and see how much help they need diving. If there's a lot of range, then I can be the one to grab aggro. But most of the time, I'm actually going to be looking at Glacial Augment and doing things like this. We can even go Biscuit Delivery and save ourselves a potion, or have extra health to go and fight the Hecarim, which can be nice. Might do this for the early potential. Approach velocity, fantastic for once you land on people. Attack speed is good in the jungle, as is the AP. Both of these are good. This is also good. What are we going to get? Water Walking Celerity, something like this? Probably no. We can go with Zombie Ward to help control River. We've got a Hecarim that we're going to be battling against. We could also go with Cheap Shot. And there's like Predator builds that are okay as well. But this should be okay. This might not be the best use of my paid time off. I mean, you know, whatever helps you out. Whatever helps you out. If you're here in the chat and you're stressed about League, you should definitely check out the last set of videos that we did on coping with stress. Because if you have a healthy outlook in League, you can actually use it as your therapy instead of needing therapy from League. All right, so they gave us a little bit of extra attack speed on the W, but that's going to be a base amount, so it only needs to be one rank in that. You're definitely maxing Q in all roles as Rel. She's going to have a pretty good clear, and Demonic Embrace still should be exceptionally strong. Anathemas will be incredible, although with this team all AD, I should be fine just building... You know what? We're going to go like this. We should be fine with just building armor. We have a Zoe support. Okay. Kaisa has cleanse. We'll see if she knows how to cleanse Zoe Bubble. Gonna try to get some freebies up here. You guys up for an invade? I would love to invade. We've got really good damage over time. The Zoe bubble's nice. We've got good engage. Galio's not looking like he's present for it though, so maybe no. So this way we can play towards the strength of the Aurelia. Might be able to get a gank up here. What are you, some epilepsy machine? Oh my gosh. Alright, so they leashed it down in bot. Hello, watch out. We're going to be in W form whenever we can. It helps us get from camp to camp. Now we're going to take a peek at this. Aurelia is going for a slow push into a crash, which is a fantastic strategy. So we're keeping an eye on top lane, even though we're using our mechanics here. And we might want to hover this this crash here. She's going for the all-in. All right, she got it. All right, so she doesn't need any cover. We're good to go this way. Bot lane, we'll see if we get that rebound or not. That's unfortunate. And the wave kind of sticking here means that Gnar will have to teleport. He should already be teleporting. I don't know why he's not here yet. We're always going to take Gromp here. Big fight. Galio wins it. Nice job. How's that wave doing? Oh, this is very gankable, huh? We should probably stop what we're doing and go cover for this. Especially if this next wave is coming in. Bubble. Don't proc the drowsy, and we're good. Always be willing to burn your flash there, especially if they are already down. These are gone. Have to be careful about trying to gank Kaisa. She's got that cleanse, which we may have to juggle around later. Were we really this slow on the clear? I'm going to move this way to keep it away. Hecarim's right here. This actually means with Hecarim there, actually, I'm going to go steal his Raptors, because his Raptors are respawning right now. If he's good, he started them, and even if he's bad, he would have gone red and Krugs into Raptors. They should be respawning shortly anyways. So maybe this gives us a window right here. No, don't die there. That's a bad death, folks. The teleport's fine here. I'll still soak up some of this. Yeah, we're good. You focus on getting your last hits, mate. Alright, Raptors are back up. Galio's got the push. Kiana's definitely recalling here, so we're going to go for this. Now, I don't want to creep too close to this wall, because that ward will see me, but if I'm here, then it will not. Hey, no! Why is my button on the wrong thing? Come on, finish the play, guys. There you go. Get the double kill. We're good. There you go. There you go. Peel, peel, peel. Zoe get in the way of these spells. Good job. And bot lane the whole time was sitting on here. We need to make sure Samira picks up this wave, but now I'm going to path from top to bottom again. Look, we've got superior vision. We're going to have a lot of momentum, and we have a huge item lead over here. So all the signs pointing to a lot of success from this lane. I said I was going to go Demonic Embrace first. It was a mistake. Aurelia has such a good matchup against Gnar that I don't think I ever need to visit up here. Especially with that first kill. Kind of stuck on the wave. Here we go. We're starting to get this rebound over here. So we're going to keep an eye on them. We might even shadow this play right away. Look at that clear. Oh, they're already on it? Okay. We just need to cover for a bit. Can we stall? She stole it. My goodness. Well done, Zoe. Get out, Galio, get out. Now this is pretty slow by me, kind of taking too long. Clearing and such. Samira wants to get a recall in? Okay. What else do we want to do? Do we want to crash this? They're good? She wants to stay. Alright, we're good. We'll just clear this. Get our zombie wards. And that gets us level 6. We are A-okay because we're fighting here for the Aurelia. Don't die though, please. We'll count it. Aurelia is crushing it in top lane. It looks like the wave is in a good spot, so they're okay. Well, trying to hit the eyeball with Rel is like trying to hit it with Karthus. Kind of a pain in the butt. Smite is still at 600, so we have to be careful about this, but we'll wait till the eye pops. That's the advantage of being slow. And this guy is in trouble. Alright. Chain CC, my friend. Everybody's crushing it. It looks like Aurelia has been prioritizing good recalls, so I'm not even going to put the Herald here. God, this clearing is absolutely insane. Big fight in the bottom side river, which means I'm going to pop this Herald right now in mid. And we're going to get a rotation off of this. Always make sure to wait till there's 2 plates left before you drop the Herald to make sure that it just dies here. And we Gucci. He's going to go for a second charge, which is totally fine. He's going for it. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get a good play here then. Nice. That is a huge chunk of damage. That sticks. got the Ghost. We're good. That's Hecarim ult and Ghost. That's a major tool down for him. Let's see. We think there's wards here. All right, I'm going to come help Zoe with this. Looks like she's got it. Now, I'm actually coming in when there's still vision here, which is a little bit of a mistake. I also have 3k gold, which I should probably be spending. There's another one there. Okay. Control. Oh, this guy's teleporting. I love it. Chain CC. Oh, they're not coming. They're not coming. Guys, go in. Go in. Go in. Hold this territory, please. Please, please. You need to help the Galio, otherwise you're enting him. Now, this guy went pen against Kiana. Hopefully, Kiana doesn't find her tab button, because if she does, she'll know that she'll be able to kill him whenever. Now, I think the interesting thing, not asymmetrical map on this side, you can't actually queue over. So I'm going to test that right now, but I believe that to be the case. Oh, yeah, there you go. You get one piece. But on the other side, you actually hit everybody. And that should die. We got a big fight coming. Samira, you just make sure to survive, okay? Nope, that's not it. Do we want this? We want Aurelia to just keep on winning in top. I think we leave this. Do they really want to poke this? We can poke this. Ah, it's a slow dragon. Got you. And now it's our dragon. Oh, Kiana has no ult, right? Or maybe she does, actually. They can do the rest. Do they want to do this? We can do this. Yeah, I like this plan. They're right. I've got no smite. I probably should have left that as an execute move. 100% should have. Now we dive bot. Ooh, that's a hit. And we get a zombie ward. And we get to wrap on. There's no one here. So I'm just going to hover this. Block this from my friends. And we'll just keep the tempo up. Give the gold to Samira. Let's hope that Kai'Sa just sticks around here. It would be a pretty big blunder. Alright, we're going to come straight here. Skip red buff, come straight on over, because our team has prio here. Sona's coming back from the dead, and we're totally fine with this. That's fine. That's fine. Let's take control of the map here. Samira's in the wrong lane, unfortunately. Use the Herald. Use the Herald. Use the Herald. Use the Herald. There's 3 bottom. Use the Herald. Galio. I missed. There's my ulti. That is unfortunate. That is a huge missed opportunity. Relling needs to stop trading with this guy. Yeah, that's why we don't want Samira in the side lane, basically ever against her. Let's see, any kind of continuation damage? I think we just want these. We're going to go with cooldown, 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 and time for Even Shroud, which builds out of a different item now, of course. I think the ward's actually more valuable, maybe. Maybe we can get away with this. One more camp to get my Pokemon activated. And then we're good. Galio wants to ult on top of me whenever possible. Galio's going pretty far. I'm going to give him a way out. Ult to me, ult to me, ult to me. So far, though. So far. Got her. Those are hits. Those are going to stick. Way too far as a Galio. Yeah, we can play for Dragon. Got a good team fight champ. And we're level 11, 48 seconds till this comes up. See, why is he dropping it here? We could have had such a good push in mid. All right, we're going to force this, though. 100% we're going to force this. Samira's got the wave pushing. She'll be in a good spot. I'm going all in. There we go. Help our brother out, sister out. And Samira's pushing as well, and we keep the Herald alive, which means we get to take this and mid inhibitor. We're actually going to go skip straight ahead to her. Got the aggro for her, and we're good. Yeah, we've got our pony up to get out. Drop a ward. Thank you. Everybody's doing so good. 1900 here. So we basically have it. We can push mid and hold top river for Baron Prio. Samir's on the complete wrong side. Aurelia's not paying attention, unfortunately. Big execute damage, by the way. Rel's EQ is on a whole nother level. Look at that damage. Like, that's insane. We're going too fast. We're too far ahead of the team here. Alright, Samir's here, we're good. Now we've got the dive ready. Got the kill. It's a beautiful day. This champion's pretty good, guys. Ooh, big shot. Love it. Let's wait for the next wave. Chain CC, nice ult by Aurelia. That gave us the all-in. I'm just going to use this on the minion wave, because why not? Let's go end the game, guys. And Gallia ulting in. I love it. Don't die, though. I'll give these guys the bust, but I do want to end the game, you know? Got him. I mean, everything diff, guys. I mean, Kiana put up a fight. She did very well. Zoe was fantastic. Aurelia clearly knew the matchup. That is a matchup she's supposed to win. She's supposed to annihilate it, right? To the point where this gets picked in LCS as an R counter. So it is something that she like absolutely crushed, but she could have crushed even harder. All right, let's do some patch notes. Thanks for the good game, guys. Oh, it's going to feel so weird having everything low levels. All right, let's go. Patch review time. We'll give you guys a minute to catch up. Say hi in the chat if you want. Grab a sip of coffee. Grab a snack. Whatever it is you want to do. Looks like the setup's okay. I never did a sound check. I suppose it's fine. Mic check? Yeah, we're good. All right. Here we go. Patch 13. 13 notes. Here we go. The All-Stars on the top. Big nerfs. Annie needed it. Aphelios needed it. All these champions were problems. Wukong and Vi were not problems. These guys were left over from last year's meta, and they kept on getting played in pro because these teams are very comfortable and early in the season. They're going to continue using what was working last split. I really don't think that these guys are in the same strength that they were in. So Vi and Wukong, if you're a casual player, stay away from these champions. Wukong can be fine top. They only hit the jungle clearing, but we'll go into that. And buffs to Lee Sin and Nidalee changes the tempo of pro entirely, right? This is going to bring about a meta. So we'll go and check out all the things that are happening. Big news, ranked rewards, and the season end date. The date to note is July 17th at midnight. So you have to get your games done by 15 minutes before then if you're in Master to try to get your rewards for those tiers. But this is the whole reload section. We don't really need to see that. Champions, Annie, Q magic damage decrease. It's just a 10 and 5% AP, so it's hitting her laning, her support, her mid, and her ratios. This is a very big nerf. She's still going to be good. The kit is very solid. She's going to be okay, but this is a big nerf that will allow other poking champions into the environment. Aphelios, all right, kind of complex, probably the most complicated champion in the entire game, right up there with Azir, so we're going to read through everything. Aphelios is the number one bot laner in pro play by a long shot, right? And this was after 1 week. He had like 226 plays. Next highest champion was 120. So almost twice as much as any other champion. And has been a top performer since March. As such, we want to act in order to create more variety in the bot lane. Please and thank you. Also, we don't really want to see this champion in mid and low ELO because he's insanely complicated and a lot of people are playing him. So hopefully this nerf will take him out of pro and people will stop playing him in low ELO. We know it sucks for players at home to catch strays like this, but he's still in a much stronger spot than he was at the start of the year. This time around, we're targeting some of his biggest ability outliers that provide frustrating levels of power. His turret deals too much DPS for a basic ability. Infernum Q provides him best-in-class sustain by a large margin, that is true, and Gravitum's gank setup is very high for a basic ability. Basically what has happened is the pro level has scripted a use for all of the abilities and how to combine things. So you go red, white, and then you have green, white ready, and then you have flamethrower and gravitum together, and then you go with gravitum, boom, you hit the AoE, and then you swap guns into the chakram. And so they just basically have scripted out everything that can be done, and all of these permutations of or combinations of weapons is what makes them so powerful. So basically, to nerf that, they're going to have to take away the strength of every gun. Now, every gun was kind of tuned above and beyond everything because you weren't supposed to have much say in what gun you had. But now that people have actually figured out everything to do, they're going to have to hit all of them. All right, Severum, the Scythe Pistol. Lifesteal on stacks is going down a significant amount. All right, 0.5% early and 2% late is a big chunk. Lifesteal on your abilities also getting hit by 3% early and 13% later, 12 and a quarter. So huge hit to the best in class sustain here. Gravitum, the slow duration on attacks. So they're keeping the root intact, but they're making the attacks only go for 1 second. Now this is important because of the interactions with Flamethrower in particular. Crescendum, the Chakram, Sentry base attack speed is going down by a significant amount, all right? And this is important because this 0.8 gets amplified by every attack speed item that Aphelios bought. Okay, so now your ratios are going down by 14. So this isn't just a 1/6 of a second nerf. This is 0.16 and then amplify that by every bit of extra attack speed that you get. So this is a huge nerf as well. Hopefully this is enough to take Aphelios out of the forefront. He's been too good. I imagine pros will still stick with him because of the team fight and the hyper carry power that you can get. And he's one of the best carries at dealing damage up front in a fight, which is something that is at a premium. There's not many carries that can do that. Ivern was a huge problem in the jungle. Bonus magic damage on hit is going down by 10 and losing 10% AP. This is a big nerf, okay? Because think about how much you're attacking over the course of the game. Not so much in the jungle, but as you're going into lanes, there's basically been a build. This was a free better than Nashor's Tooth on a champion that could also buy Nashor's Tooth. So a big hit to his laning and his ganking. Daisy base movement speed, this was an overfix. They went from 416 to 440. I think they thought they were going 420 to 440, but the truth is Daisy's speed was 416. So this actually created a lot of cases where it was impossible to get away from her. And they want to have some champions be able to do it, some champions not, right, with upgraded boots. So this will affect all the champions. Take a look at your champion and whether or not you hit this threshold and whether or not you'll be able to get away from Daisy. Now, keep in mind that a lot of times she'll have the E on her, which will slow you anyways, so keep that in mind. The slam damage is also going down by 20. Still has a fantastic AP ratio though, so keep on building AP here. It's going to hit the on hit for sure, but I still think that Nashor's Tooth is a good 4th item on Ivern. The Kindred, base health and armor decrease. This is what they do to champions that are just too strong. They either hit their AD or just their base stats. This is big, okay? 30 base health and 3 base armor means that you're going to be able to kill the Kindred in 2 less attacks, all right? Definitely 1 less, and in some cases 2, all right? And because Lee Sin and Nidalee are getting buffed, which are 2 of the most aggressive junglers in the entire game, this will be felt the most, right? This is felt the most at early game. This is also important for mid versus low versus elite play. In high ELO, they're good at kiting. They're not taking damage, so they don't really feel this in the jungle as far as the clear. You do get hit a couple times here and there, but they mostly kite very effectively. In mid and low, though, this means that she's going to take a big hit to her damage. This will affect your ability to gank and steal Gromp the way like red buff into Gromp steal. That became very popular. Lee Sin, Q damage increased, but it's all scaling, okay? It's 5% on the bonus AD, 5% here, 5% on the max as well, 10% on the maximum damage from Resonating Strike, which I think is at like if they're 30% health or lower. So this is all based on bonus AD scaling. So this is after you buy your items and a tiny bit from your runes. So it is going to give you a little bit of extra damage, teensy tiny early, but this is going to be felt in his scaling, his impact later in the game. He's already pretty decent early, so they're giving him some weapons to be stronger. So if you're snowballing on Lee Sin, you should be able to do a little bit more with it. All right, Nico, big problem. They're going to address her big problem. All right, here's big problem number 1. A very short, or like we'll say near best in class spam ability on her Q is going up by 2 seconds early. This is huge. Also important because sometimes you put 3 points in your Q because it was enough to clear waves, and then you'd go into your E, or you'd put any amount of points into E. Now that's going to be hurt even more. So you really have to go 5 points in your Q to get the damage, to get the cooldown back. The Shape Splitter, this is going to affect her jungle clear. It's going down by 10 base damage. All right. So this is going down 10 early, but going up 10 later. So your base clear and your poke in lane is going to lose a huge chunk of damage. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say a huge chunk of damage. If you're good and you're playing well, you're proccing this on them, it's going to deal 10 less damage. This is going to affect support and mid. And then in the jungle especially, where you're really using this a lot, right? Your camp takes 9 attacks, we'll say. This is 30 less damage, so now you're going to need 1 more attack to clear that big minion. And the big problem case, there are a lot of arguments saying that Galio lost his ability to taunt flash, so why is Pop Blossom Flash allowed to work? They're basically getting rid of that. From 1 1/4 down to half of a half second of being invulnerable. Obfuscated, all right, where you're hiding the fact that you're casting it. So now there's 3/4 of a second. This will be big, huge in pro play because they are all fast enough to look for this and find it. There was, a lot of people memed on, hey, you can't count your minions, but every bit of information, like think how hard it is to recall after a fight who flashed or who used what abilities, and like being able to be very precise about when it happened. Imagine like trying to keep track of all that, but there's also a random minion be like, oh wait, that's Nico. That thought process has to go from your eyes to your brain to your muscles and then make the appropriate reaction. The more that nerve kind of superhighway works, the more rehearsal you get of it, the better you'll get at it. But still, it's still like a problem when the people who play against it 100 times still can't dodge anything. So this is going to be a huge hit in pro. The champion is getting nerfed. She's still fantastic, and she's super, super fun to play and super gratifying to play because you can make tons of plays. So absolutely still highly recommend Nico if you're looking for a champion to main. Nidalee's base movement speed is increasing by 5, all right? May not seem like much, but this is the ability of getting in and out of ganks and jungles. And the fact that you're always going to be faster than everybody, all right, that's what makes this key. Since you're faster, you're never at risk, right? You can always choose when the fight is going to be over. So what this means is Nidalee can invade willy-nilly, all right? Basically, you can go in, go for your procs. The one thing you need to be careful of, don't jump in unless you know you can get out. Most times what this is going to be is stay in human form, poke, 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 throw your Q, make sure your animation canceling. This is a big buff if you use it correctly. Rek'Sai, for the second time, has made it to the top of our jungle tier and still didn't get seen in pro play. I had a pretty heated conversation with Yankos about it 2 years ago. It's like, what are you doing? This is your champ. Why aren't you like forcing your team to let you pick this? It's incredibly strong. Anyways, it was at that strength again, and they got the gut nerf. All right, 40 base HP makes you much weaker in those early fights, and 3 base attack damage. This is going to hit all your abilities, all your scaling, everything about it. So Rek'Sai is taking a huge hit. She needed it because she was winning at about 56% in high elo. So absolutely still going to be playable at that level, but it won't be the top of the tier. And if you're low level, it's not worth picking her up anymore because her stats will be in line. Basically, she's one of those champions that you have to learn the whole kit, play 50 games, get used to the sonar, when and how to gank. Very complex champion. So at this point, I would not recommend it if you're in mid or low. If you're a Rek'Sai one trick, you're not going to enjoy the free low that you were getting, like 61% on one tricks, 62%, I think. But you're still going to have a fine champion. You probably expect to win like 58% of the time now. Rel, basically, with all of the changes that they made, they overbuffed her for support, taking away some of the jungle power. So they're trying to level that out, and that's what we just did in this game. They took away support power, and they gave it to the jungle. They gave her extra damage across the board, and check this out, plus 20 to plus 40, 470 base damage, okay? And this gets amplified as well. This is a big deal for clearing, and we saw it in that game. EQ, I one-shot the big Krug. That's a lot of damage, okay? It also gave us one of the best executes in the game as far as dealing total damage to Baron plus a smite. The EQ combo is a ton of extra damage with an AP ratio, so she's very strong in those 50-50s in the pit, so make sure you're using that combination unless you want to use those spells to go engage on the enemy jungler. But look at all these other stats, right? Magic resistance growth going down, base MR going down, health regen going down. These are to hit laning, right? This is when you're getting poked in lane. They want the poke to deal more damage, and they want it to stick more, okay? That's what's going on here. The magic resistance growth will get felt across the board, but still, you're building Abyssal Mask. It's an incredibly strong item. She's going to have enough MR, and between that and even Shroud, you should have enough. The other changes, Crash Down Shield is being reduced early, okay, 20 to 25. It's a pretty big change. You're still getting maximum HP, so that's why you're building Demonic Embrace off of it. A lot of people have still been maxing this. It's not the one you max. Q, now that Q's just a stun, you should take Q max. It is spammable, it is high damage, it is a very easy to hit, and you can combo it with your E to get really good animation. So EQ on the play. Bonus damage to monsters, again, going up by 20 on full tilt. So we saw that game that we were very effective. A little bit slow in our first clear, actually. We did spend some time hovering towards Aurelia, so we can go back and see whether or not that had anything to do with it. Varus was a big problem, and people finally caught on to Nashor's Tooth. So this is what the patch notes are saying. AP Varus has been causing some problems. They are increasing 5% of the ratio here, but they're taking away some of the effect of the max HP burn per stack. And basically you were hitting them 3 times. So picture 3 stacks. Then you were doubling it when you activated the ability to go for Q. So when you think of it that way, this 1% is really like 6%. So it's a pretty big deal. It's still very, very strong. And the fact that the base ratio is still here, the fact like you have got 300 AP, you're going to hit for 15 extra damage on your way up. But you're going to miss out on a lot of it on the execute. I still think best lane is actually going to be in bottom. The top one, people just kind of weren't punishing enough. It's still an immobile champion. Yes, the E is one of the best laning abilities in the entire game, and you can play from long range. But still, if there's a Varus in your game and they're going top lane, please gank them. That's really the change to make there. Shield scaling here is going down by 3%. This is the passive. This is largely best in pro, because they're going to use all of these shields and the cooldowns kind of on tap. They're really keeping track of making sure that the passive is on all the time. So this helps with your ability to take all the camps, stay full health, stay fully charged, and also in the fights, So you're basically in one fight, you're going to lose about 6% of your maximum health now for a long fight, because you'll be able to get that opening passive shield off and a second one oftentimes. So 6% less maximum health. And then the big change right here, 140 seconds on this level 1 ultimate cease and desist, and it goes down to 90. So the scaling's not awful, but still 140 seconds. This means you're going to have to be very, very precise with your first gank on Vi, and you need it to work. So take the time, make sure to set it up, make sure that you're in the right spot. Don't reach, because you're not going to get another chance, and you are going to be weak to other junglers for the next 2 minutes after you play this. Wukong losing just 20%. He already got the gut check stat nerf where they just lost 3 AD 2 patches ago. So really in a tough spot for Wukong. I do not recommend him for playing jungle right now. Duskblade of Drakthar. This was a very interesting patch note. They say, like, we can't figure out how to make this work, so we're just taking it away. If you get a takedown while channeling, you will no longer get the proc. That mostly hits Samira and Misfortune in the bot lane, who have these big channeling ults where you expect to get a kill, but then you are supposed to be vulnerable, and it was taking away that vulnerability. Now it's gone. So this is a huge hit, absolutely huge hit to Samira and Misfortune builds. I expect both of them to go over to Yumu's Ghostblade. You might start seeing some crit strike builds again on Samira, but that's going to force her into later scaling, where she was very, very strong here, especially when she completed it. So she was really strong at 6. She was strong at 11 minutes when you finished your item, and she was still strong through to level 11. And 2 items, because you'd be able to get your first kill, go through the fight. That's going to be gone. So that big window is going to be now a weakness for Samira. She did get, like, 7 straight patches of scaling buffs. So she will be fine in the end game with crit. Keep an eye on that. But you're going to have to change the build with this. I don't see her getting kills early enough where you can be invulnerable and then go to proc it. If you have a team comp that has multiple divers, then I can see this. You still buy it, and you try to get the kill, go invulnerable, and then go for the getting in position to go for an ult. But that, it seems like that playstyle is just going to be in a tough spot. Another item that hit her and hit Ezreal of the World, Essence Reaver. They basically want to change all of the Sheen items so that, we could read through it. Basically, here's the change. Spellblade damage is going from 100% of your base AD and 40% scaling. Now it's 130% of your base AD and only 20% scaling. So Gangplank and Ezreal are going to feel some of this as they get into their end game builds, especially if you're going, obviously the AD builds. But now that it's only hitting 20% of your bonus AD, you can actually feel comfortable with some hybrid builds as Ezreal. As Gangplank, it's going to be a net loss. I think they reference one other, Rengar being the other one. Rengar, who could get insane amounts of damage, and the fact that he was building lethality meant that this is a huge nerf to him. It's still going to probably be his best item. All right, it's going to be a big nerf to the damage, but this base AD is going to be fine. It does also mean that as a base AD ratio, this will now be one of the highest damage abilities for melee top laners. So keep an eye on these. Anybody who is a melee top laner, you can look at this site. If you just go to the LoL wiki and you go to champion health, and it'll actually give you everyone's health here. You can go same thing, champion damage. All right, which is totally the one I meant to go. No, do we just miss it? It's not no damage. Just have to type it as damage. List of Find champions. List of champion damage. Okay, there we go. So here we go. The big winners are going to be someone like Alawi. You could go Darius, although I don't really recommend it. Yorick actually has really good scaling on this, although he tends to go with Trinity Force. So you can see like some of these champions where it might come up. There's not much in the way of crit ratios for most of these guys, but pretty notably here is Tryndamere. So you can go Nabori Quick Blades and Essence Reaver, actually get a huge chunk of damage out and be okay with it. This also potentially opens up values for Jhin and for Graves, who can get these procs off pretty easily. It's a very good item on Jhin because it gives you extra cooldown as well. So keep an eye on these champions that are going to have these changes. All right, and the big losers of the patch, LeBlanc. They said that they were going to target the dashing. They ended up not doing that. Instead, they hit the ability to hit minions, and this is what they intended all along, because they made reference in the last patch note that we want Static Shiv to help with wave clear, but it shouldn't be one-shotting. And yet the 50% ratio meant that with one AP item, literally just one, you buy an Amplifying Tome plus Static Shiv, you just erase the entire wave, and that's it. So a lot of games you could start with as an AP champion, Dark Seal and Refillable, and then you just rush Static Shiv and you kill the whole wave. Now that's gone. All right, so you're still going to have it. This is a huge nerf. I cannot understate this enough, overstate it enough. This changes the entire pattern for how these champions were being played and being overpowered. Now you can still charge it. They kept the dash, so anyone who's dashing and getting 2 dashes off will still be able to double proc this. They can go up to a wave. If you're LeBlanc, you auto attack the front line, you W under the front line, you W back, you take a step, that's 90 charges again, you take one more step, you Static Shiv a second time, and that kills the wave. But now the fact that you have to do it twice really makes a difference. It's still only going to be one W to push the entire wave, but that extra couple steps is going to make a big difference. It's another 4 seconds you have to use every single time that you're approaching a wave. So a big nerf. This was the part that was crazy. Like, why did it have a 125 AP ratio? The rest of it had 50. Now, they are addressing the other part. 50% AP was the same as Lichbane. So basically, if your champion had any AD ratios, you were better off buying Static Shiv than Lichbane. They're finally addressing that. They're taking away 20% of the AP here. So no longer should the Fizzes and Akalis of the world... I'm going to keep Akali on this list because she's got hybrid ratios. But LeBlanc, it's going to be much harder for her to make use of this. The 30% AP scaling you could still get from Lichbane. This is something that Bobkin was kind of wrong about. He's like, LeBlanc didn't have any scaling, which was, kind of true. You get outscaled by AD carries, but no one was buying the item that gave him the most extra scaling in the end of the game. When you look at end game builds, if you put Nashor's Tooth and Lichbane at the end of your mage builds, everyone talks about weaving in autos and that being the difference between getting to your threshold of damage and not. When you have Nashor's Tooth and Lichbane, you're talking about an extra 70 to 90% of your AP ratio happening. It helps you with clearing waves. It helps you with objective damage. So people should really start considering Nashor's Tooth as a build topper. Sometimes if you have a really passive lane, you can go Nashor's Tooth early on a champion like Orianna. Now that it has the cooldown on it, you can still use it, help yourself clear waves, and you can actually take those fights inside lanes because you deal a significant amount of damage. So we'll probably see more of those, and we should see less of these. The other item that got nailed with this 0% AP scaling on the Stormrazor is enormous, gargantuan. This was flying under the radar, but was actually in some cases even better than Static Shiv on AP champions. And largely, if you went Static Shiv, 3 AP items, and then Stormrazor, that was the maximum amount of damage that you could deal to anybody, just compounding these AP ratios. It's like casting 2 more spells on people. And so those are gone. You're instead getting compensated with 75 base damage, but you're losing a percent on AD. So this is largely just going to be, I need to get some amount of power in my lane. I feel like this item's actually gutted now because it's going to be such a huge hit to your scaling, the fact that you're losing out on this big AD ratio. So stay away from Stormrazor from now on, all right? There's really going to be better options. ARAM adjustments, if you care, you can take a peek at those. We've got the Mythic Shop rotation and some bug fixes and quality of life changes. There's one in particular that we want to look at. Fixed several issues that were causing the practice tool to be inaccessible. There may still be some issues on the PBE, but practice tool is expected to be functioning again on live with the patch. So let's just confirm that. Training, practice tool. Okay, still not 5v5. That's unacceptable. Okay. This is just from a policy. I thought that they were taking it down to fix it and actually work. This is completely unacceptable. Hello, Riot, if you're here, please heed my call. Pros need to be able to practice. Thank you for taking away the ranked restriction, all right, so that they don't need to play solo queue. All right, a lot of people misidentified that as a change, like, oh, they're making it so scabs can play, and maybe that was it, but the better consequence was pros don't need to play in solo queue anymore. They shouldn't have to. They don't want to. They get burned out. It's unnecessary tax on their time. And the people who are good enough to get into pros games to begin with are people who might make it to pro. All right. They don't need that extra incentive, because a long time ago, what they basically said is, we want pros to get into games because it feels great when you're a casual player and you get into a game with a pro. It's like, holy shit, I'm in a game against Licorice. Sweet, like, I'm going to try my best and get stomped anyways. And be like, tell my friends that I played against Licorice, and that's cool. Except Licorice hates being there, right? Notoriously, probably the number one player that was against it, that would just rather spend all of his time in 1v1s and practicing against other people for the laning phase and just practice, practice, practice. Solo queue is not good practice. It's completely different from pro. Completely. The comms are different. You cannot go. Even Champions Queue was not good enough as a replacement. And that died because, again, these players got exhausted. Give us a functioning tool, please. Riot, I want to be able to have a 5v5 with my pro team. All right? I want to be able to take my mid-jungle support and the second tier AD carry in top lane and play against the other 5 like this and balance out my teams and battle and actually discuss things. The other things that we need access to is chrono break. We need to be able to take a situation from a game and plug it in and say, play, go, stop, rinse, play, do it again, and actually be able to drill. All right, this is unacceptable that this game does not have it. Please fix it. That's the end of that. Bug fixes, it's worth checking out to see if your champion is on here. Oftentimes you'll see little interactions, and sometimes it opens up or closes doors. Upcoming skins and chromas. There we go. Looking good as always. And we're going to have Star Guardian. And I think we're about to have a huge amount of skins coming out across all platforms for the Soul Fighter event. So those have been released. If you want to take a look, make sure to check those out. So that's it for the patch notes. There we go with the overview again. If you have any questions or if you have some thoughts, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I appreciate everybody hanging out, and thanks again for tuning in. If you haven't checked it out, the last videos were fantastic about dealing with stress, and we're going to be talking about optimizing next. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. All right, thanks guys. Peace. All right, let's get back into some games. What's up, everybody? Good morning. All right, where's the back? There's no back arrow. Morel, Masrel. Basically going to spam this. It is, I anticipate that Rel Jungle is going to be extremely powerful. I probably should have put that in the patch notes. We'll see how these champions are doing well. Hey. Okay. So yeah, look at this. Win rate in jungle goes up, and of course this goes skyrocketing down. It's going to affect her support rate as well. Rek'Sai, look, huge gut. We talked about these huge gutting nerfs for these champions. The Vi one I do not expect to actually stay at this level, but it could stay. Aphelios, this is always going to be the case. If we change this to Challenger only, he'll still be okay. Varus, big nerf. Annie, again, like we said, not going to feel it super, super bad. Wait, Anivia? Anivia? Victorious Anivia. Fixed a bug where Anivia... You know, I'm going to hover Jax. I'll get to this in a second. If this guy bans Aurelia, I'll ban Jax. And if he bans Jax, I'll ban Aurelia. There we go. I got you, yo-yo. Alright, Anivia. Fixed a bug where Anivia would not regain her non-Agnivia armor after reviving. Okay, that seems like a buff. So I think she was supposed to be in these patch notes, and maybe there is a change, but it's just not listed here. So we're actually going to go look it up by her, see if it's just undocumented. Patch history 1313. Nope, just a bug fix. Now properly reverts to her normal resistance values. Okay. Seems like it should be okay. Blitz. Sorry, you are wrong. So we didn't find our early fights. Biscuit delivery is definitely best in those situations, right? Being able to take that fight and having an extra source. Futures market might have been able to spike us. We're going to try some more with this, and we're still on approach velocity. Cosmic Insight is still fantastic for Smite champions in general, but I really want to be able to get to these fights in time. So we're going to go like this, and again like this. All about movement. We do have a Viego, so we want to press the advantage against him. If you're laning, I can see why it's double armor and cooldown here for Rel, but the AP ratios are so insane for the jungle that I still highly recommend it. And we'll keep on testing. This time we will go with Demonic Embrace first. It should help us with every clear. Yeah, I think just every clear. I don't think there's a single one that will get worse compared to Bombi Cinder. But again, I would love to have a functioning practice tool to actually compete and test with someone with it. Always go speed. If you're an initiator, the green one, the green tree is a trap. Okay, you need speed. You need to be able to find the angles better than the other people. Speaking of finding angles, let's go here. All right, we need vision right here, and I want to come here. This is very, very lazy. Never drop this ward. This can be recreated. Here we go. We fight this. We fight this 100%. Stay here, guys. Stay here, please. Here's my damage. We should be winning this. We have 5 and they have 4. Hey, we got an exhaust. Thank you, finally. We got 2? No, they got 2. We got this one too, though. Senna, take it, please. Go get the push. Push and stack and crash. So you can buy. I'll cover. Alright, so this means I want to be super hyper proactive with this build. Oops. Now you want to spend as much time in the dismounted form as possible. Alright, they're getting their crash in. This is beautiful. Gonna keep on moving this way. They got their shop in. Perfect. Bot's crushing it. Senna, get your recall in. You have a shop. Alright. We're going to stay on the map because of the early trades happening here. We're going to cover mid. She's got 2 potions going, so she should be okay. And that's why we cover it. Good stuff, guys. Now, we don't know where enemy jungler is, but Yorick has crafted himself a nice little lane state. So we're okay here. We got to make sure that he stays away from this wall, because Viego could be right up there. There he is. I see you, and you've got 5 camps under your belt, right? He's going for here. Kali, I need you to shop, my lady. There we go. Biscuit advantage, everybody. Beautiful. That's an ignite. Oh, I missed. Yorick. No. Oh, that's so bad that he's stuck to the wave. Unfortunate. Could we have found a window? We probably could have played that better. I think we're okay with the target selection. This guy's going to have a winning wave state. Yorick's going to teleport, though. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. No, you teleport. You teleport now. You teleport. You do not wait. There you go. Alright, we'll see if we have a lingering advantage here. Let's see if they have sweepers. I'm in. Come on, go. There we go. That's a hit, number 1. Give it to the Yorick. And we're going to help shove this. Forces the teleport. Make sure that he knows that he can have it all to himself. We have to be careful of Viego. Should be on this side of the map now, because they are low health. No way. At least not like it. Flash, he must have flashed that. We Gucci, good stuff. Look at that clear, man. It's insane. For a tank to clear like this is just out of this world. Malachi would be like, what? We have to get off of this. No, we're good. We're good. They want it. And we're 6 at 7:30, folks. Hey, I missed. Oh, that's a flash anyways. Okay. My flash for theirs, it's totally fine by me. Alright, Akali wants it. I'm out of deliverables here. Careful, Akali. This is a big reach. Get out, get out, get out. Got you. She provided enough cover, I suppose. So we push this now. We get into river. They've got a big wave to take care of. We're going to be first back on the map. Everything's going to be golden here. Stand in a line with the Senna so she can get this. Ideally, I actually get behind a little bit so that the range doesn't hit them. No, we're done. They shopped, guys. They shopped. So I really actually want to come back bottom and help them push here. No lingering wards. We're happy with that. All right, we're off to a very good game. Good start here. We almost have our item. Once we do, we will recall for Demonic Embrace and we'll feel very, very strong. So what we've been doing, by the way, by shadowing Akali, all right, we're playing inside out, all right? What that means is that by playing through Akali and not just pathing straight to my other side, but coming over here to help her push, for example, hover, it unlocks her to have even more strength. Chain CC this guy, and we'll just push. Why did you die there, please? Yep. It's okay, though. We'll have this. We'll be even stronger. That's too bad. They know, though. Alright, so we're going to go straight here. He absolutely wins this. Does he have Maiden? He has Maiden, so he should just be casting it. Maiden, Senna, do your job. Get off and get on the map, please. No, alright, we're getting all in. So we're just going to lose this. No, it's too late, guys. You have to come straight here. Macro is seconds. You're late. Like what does a support get by coming down here? It's very loose. Now we do have teleport here. Chain CC. He can ult into this wall, but it won't ever hit us. We'll give it to Yorick. Make sure that we always give those. Now this will give us Swifties to give us even more gank pressure. Nice, good trade back. Oh, beautifully done. I didn't get my ignite off. Get the kill. Finish the kill, Senna. Finish the kill. Finish the fucking kill. Ugh. The team need to stay in the fights longer. We are panic clicking backwards too often. You know who you are. Alright, so they didn't get the maximum, luckily. They're only going to get 3 plates out of this. Hopefully this guy overstays, which he might very well do. Got you. I don't know if it's enough. Nope, missed it. Alright, they've got bad recall times. No, they don't. Samira is going back on the map finally. We can go straight here. Hopefully Akali comes. That's fine. Thanks for the leash. Huh? Stunned. More damage. Senna, again, deal more damage, please. This has got to change, otherwise we are going to lose this game. That's fantastic for us. So Misfortune might be tilted a little bit. Dodge first stun. Slow. Make him miss that. Go, 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 go. Why did she stop? She had him. I have zombie ward. If she takes us and doesn't have them, then... Alright, there we go. I like it. She's taking halfway. No. I'm dead, but that's okay. Might go Zhonya's, actually. Even Shroud Zhonya's. Good, good kill. That guy's going to be dead too. Nice job. Hold this area, please. Hold the area. It's getting really frustrating. Alright, we're going to let them try to figure it out. We won't say anything about it. Samira, you can mid. Can't cover for all these plays. Just so random. So we're going to have to play with what's best for us. Hopefully this guy dives here. Maybe if we had taken a better angle, we could have gotten there. Don't kite. Like, why are you stepping away? You're both the same range. Gonna go straight up here and cover the Yorick. But he should be strong enough to just win this now. He's got the Eclipse build. I shouldn't have tried to do that. If we're on the same comms, we can win that. We don't have a teleport from Akali. We don't have the synergy, so very risky. As played. We're actually not going to buy the control war. Yeah, we are. We can Baron on spawn. We have Maiden. We have Samira damage. We have Senna damage. So absolutely we can do this. I'd like to hit 11. That's the one thing. That's the one caveat. Akali's here. That guy's completely dead. Little lag spike. Unacceptable deaths, guys. We're on the wrong side of the map. Everything about this is bad. No. Just play better. Okay, we'll see if we can get a push out mid. It looks like people are going to start fighting kind of needlessly down here. They're stopping a Herald. It's not nothing, I suppose. He sent Maiden. I don't know about the two of us. Now, the ghouls are actually fantastic tanks, so we should be able to do good, and we have the percentage damage. But if they wisen up to this play, then we're in trouble. Did York get credit for that? York? No. Okay, there's no way. Did he? No, they got it. It says the other thing. I don't know why. I take too much damage here. That was too early. Akali does have ult. Oh, she's got the E mark. Oh, but he transformed. One auto. She missed it. But it's true. Maiden makes it very easy. So all these are probably dead. Careful, you're We'll have to get this all in. Sorry, I left you there. That guy missed me with the Q. Akali's pushing mid again, prioritizing farm over finishing the action. Good little dodge there. Have to be careful with the zillion bombs though. Alright, we can still make this happen. Let's find a way. I'm actually really feeling not having the Lucid Boots. The Mobies, or the Swifties should have been really good for the gank patterns. Maybe didn't make enough of those happen, but again, like, tough to know if the team's going to make really random steps. Now, endgame, you actually want to split farm with Yorick. I don't know if I don't really expect him to know that. But you want to give the farm to other people because you'll still get access to your goals. Good, we Gucci. We good. She picked it up. Alright, good. Oh, there's another fight. Oh, that's pretty rare. This is great for us. This is a super random fight on their part. But not so random because I'm not in position, maybe. He's got no cooldowns. Samira should be able to win that. Is it not a good teleport? Also, I went to the very risky one. Could have just lost the game right there. Could have won the fight. Should have won the fight first. Spawn Hail Mary. Stop. Send maiden to supers lanes. She wins. Not. Not Seno. Go, go. They're short on cooldowns. All in. You have to win this fight right now. Left side, left to right. Nice. We're alive. Fight. Samira. Oh, why are you running? Alright, now just recall. That's fine. Maiden should have been pushing out bot lane. Akali gravitating towards farm. Basically, what everyone on this team needs, not York, what everyone else on this team needs is to look at the review where they're pressing as fights are ending, as you're making decisions. I don't know if I should even do this while we're just smurfing. All right. Happy morning, Fizz. Who this? Oh, it's not. It's Samira. Okay. Good combo. Samira Rel, super high powered. Probably shouldn't even do this on this account. Just throw in the invite, and if people want to do it, they can do it. All right, 1-1. One more. Sorry. That last fight, the reason Samira has to turn is because if you move up, then we definitely lose. And we weren't actually dead at the end, for the record, right? Samira coming back, me coming back to life, we were going to be alive. But for example, if Maiden is pushing bot that whole time, instead of supers coming in, they'd be dealing with Maiden creating goals and pushing out bottom. And that's how you generate gold, even when you're behind, and it's almost especially when you're behind, because you'll get such a high density of those last hits. And York can take control of 2 different lanes, and that way we can keep Akali as like an assassin, and she doesn't need to worry about pushing waves. All right, so Rammus is actually awful into this team in general, so it's actually MR that I'm more worried about. Now, I do have Master Yi crushes Mundo, so not a big deal to get rid of it. There's probably someone I could have gotten that was better. Maybe just Galio. But Mundo would have an okay time against the Mordekaiser, and in general, he'd be stacking up Force of Nature. It would potentially become a scaling problem. Maybe it wouldn't, because Master Yi just crushes him so hard. This is still me getting used to Master Yi in general, which reminds me, I do have to go and watch this video. The best and only guide from #1 Master Yi player in the world. So we're going to check that out after this game. Now, I think this is going to build... Yeah, this is a copy of what he does. I mean, I'm Yi. So I don't know, is this guy like hovering and maybe trying to trade? If he's blind picking Aurelia mid is totally fine. We're avoiding the set matchup. Set is actually a problem for both of these champions. Set wins hard in the 1v1 against Aurelia, and he has enough tools to hold down a Master Yi, so I kind of have to be careful about that. Polymorph from Lulu can be a bit of an issue. The reason, by the way, that I'm not swapping, normally junglers would swap, but Master Yi is one of those that really doesn't want to fight into a team with all CC. So if they pick two more, then I'm just going to have to swap champions. And we could easily fit Rel into this team, for example. Fantastic pairing with Samira. Nice AP damage to go with everything else. Alright, so we have 2 stuns here, and we have Fear and Stun here. Yeah. We'll go another game with Rel. Another thing that Senna, kind of showed inexperience. They can't, you know, I say that, and yet they have the most. That was the prestige skin, right? Never mind. They just have to reflect on how they're clicking. They're clicking backwards and retreating way too often. Not having zombie ward is a problem. That's one of the best champions at doing it because you can clear from range. There's a lot of things that we wish. So, for example, when I'm spam pinging, I can't, you know, maybe I could have reached if I were quicker, press Alt and then ping onto my zombie ward so that they know. Yeah, what's up, Femboy? How you doing? Also, we're going to have some stun set up, which should be good for the Aurelia. She can either chain CC. I'm just going to ping this, kind of set the pattern so that people might do the same. Stop it, Xerath. Stop it, Xerath. You're so tilted. Whatever. Oh, don't take damage, sorry. Now I'm making mistakes, so I need to cool down big time. So Xerath being late to 2 means this is going to be a big problem for this lane. Oh, yeah, we're okay. God, this clear is so insane. Darius versus Set. It's going to be a fun time for us. We actually screwed up this pattern. Now we're going to hover this. That guy was not using his abilities well. Oh, he was still 2? Okay. Yep, that's fair. That happens. Alright, there's the Ivern. Gonna look for a counter gank here. Hey, don't die. Not like that. Do we win this? I don't know that we do. I think there's a chance we win this, and this maybe with more games under our belt, we would have been okay here. So at least we forced the teleport. Relia has no TP, so that's why we have to push this in. I don't care about the CS so much. I'd like to get it, but more important to just make sure it gets all the way in. Alright, there's the spells on cooldown. Yo! You can let me land my stun before you aim your skill shot. This is inauspicious beginnings, guys. Yeah, they're completely boned. This is going to be pushing in, so we can contemplate a dive. We don't know where Ivern is, though. And I'm not 6, so big problems. Is my team coming? Earthlate again. Oh, we need to be better with our auto animations. The guy's not canceling his animations. It's okay though. That's something that you don't work on in game. I actually want to pick this up and hold this wave. It's worth more than the camps. Does she have teleport up? No, we're okay. Maybe I'll go with like a rocket belt build. Really try to step to it. Beautiful. Alright, they get to push this. They push it hard. We've got Zera stacking up. All these things are good. We're back in the game, folks. Xerath is MIA. Don't come now. Are you kidding? They have to see me. Do we just go Rocket Belt? I think, you know what? I think we actually do. Oh, we do have it. Our team needs us to be a playmaker. We're going to be a playmaker. Plus, we got insane ratios, so we're just going to go AP here. Plus, there's no other AP source of damage on the team, so we're going to be able to get the maximum out of this. We just have to be careful with the amount of CC they have, so Zhonya's is going to have to come second. Fight happening upriver. Darius has to be careful. Tried to help him out. Nice chain CC. They lost vision. Ay, the rocket jinx. Well played. Thinking about it. Should be a win for him. Jinx has a bounty. Alright, we can try to fix that. Samira Rel, very nice combination, right? Alright, well, we got her things, so we'll be able to push this out later. We go for a regank here? She's gone. For sure. Now, do I still want Abyssal Mask? They do have a decent amount of magic damage. Yeah. Oh, you're fucking crazy. This guy's clueless. I like what this guy's thinking. No, I took a turret shot. So we're almost definitely here. The question's what... I mean, it's got to be this, right? If we're playing APM, we're diving in. It's just got to be Zhonya's. Nice. Big shutdown. Xerath gets executed. Not bad. I don't know if he actually needed to die. Thing about it, Aurelia, if you land the stun, then she can't fear you. Oh, is Xerath just inting? Or did he? I don't know. I didn't see. But they're certainly capable of it. I'm sure of that. Oh no, it looks like he was participating. Yeah, guy is actually griefing. That's too bad. That's Daisy. No, we do not fight this. Yeah, you know what? I'll hover, and if they screw up, maybe this is our best chance. If one of them shows up top, then we can absolutely fight this. All right, there we go. Yeah, 100% we do this. That's the trigger that we needed. I missed. Oh, reach. That's too bad. It's like we can't just be sitting here. Like Xerath is insisting on being useless too. Just like I'm gonna sit here attacking the dragon the whole time. We don't even need to give them the time of day. Just helping him out. Not worth. Alright, it's still... Go, 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 go! He's got no cooldowns. I'm sure that's not what they're trying to say, though. Shut down money. Shut down money is good. Xerath missing max range. Aurelia getting locked down. This guy's a psycho. He just keeps on taking these. No. So I actually think the damage is lower. Demonic Embrace is faster. Missed it. He had lethal tempo too, not even stride breaker. Sorry, not even conqueror. Oh, there he goes. Flash heal, int. Alright, we can leave. I'm sure that playing better starts with me. Zareth Aurelia, I can help you cope with stress. Just come hang out post-game, no flame. Didn't get the main hits. That's a really good play by Jinx. Flashing like that. Realizing that she's that big. Well done. If we were going to go this build, we definitely should have gone Cosmic Insight. Definitely felt slow not having the things. Early game was atrocious. Zareth probably just high as fuck. It is what it is. Didn't get my Zonias off. That means Jinx gets excited. No bueno. We'll just do a quick little chat and then get a lunch break. I mean, you guys need to get this. Yesterday I was in plat promos. Today I'm 0 LP gold 4. Tough run. Take a break. Try doing best of 3s. It helps you stay up and it avoids bad runs because you can reset before realizing that you are tired or stressed or tilted. Because you don't really realize until it's too late, especially with the speed of the climbing and falling. You can have much more precipitous climbs and drops with the 25 LP, so it's important to get your reset in. Aurelia and Zareth, please holler in the chat if you're here. Just want to go over something. If you... Where's me? All right, so in performance psychology, we talk about two different ways of coping with stress, and we made a video about it. It's probably the best video that we've ever come out with, and you should check it out. I'll put a link into the chat right after we're done with this. But we have red button responses and blue button responses, and these are what we do when we react to stress. Red button being projecting and pushing out, fiery things, typing, grunting, yelling, whatever it is. Usually, most inputs on the keyboard are red button responses, whereas blue button is going to be taking a deep breath, and at the bottom of your diaphragm, you press that blue button and you let that soothing energy go across your body. All right. The important thing to know, if you know nothing else about this, is that you have a choice. You always have a choice how to react. So some people get amped up, but then they don't realize like how high strung they're at. Picture an engine revving itself to 7,000 RPMs. What happens if you stay there too long? You're gonna bust yourself and burn out, and that's what you want to avoid. So in this game, these guys are clearly triggered. When you're tilted, the first thing to realize is, hey, I'm tilted. Where in your body? What's the physical response? How do you know that you're upset? Right. So for me, I get kind of hot here and tense here, or I should say tense here and hot here. And if that happens, then I take a breath. And when I breathe, I let the energy come to those parts of my body. And by resolving the stress, one, realizing you're stressed. Two, identifying where it is. Three, deciding that you want to change it. And four, taking that step for yourself to resolve it. And by doing that, you bring yourself back to your baseline, and then you can optimize to the level that you're comfortable with, that you want to be. All right. So maybe the best case in recent memory in sports was Roger Federer. 19-year-old, he hated the way that he was acting on the court. He was breaking rackets. He was yelling at the fans. He decided to change. And by becoming a stoic player, he became a great champion, right? And people loved him around the entire world for that. He was able to unlock, he was able to beat that top level. He beat Pete Sampras at Wimbledon, which was unheard of. So you just have the choice, and you have to make that step. But it's all up to you. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But most people, if they go back and look and say like, man, that was not a pleasant experience, like those guys that were talking about not liking League of Legends, that's probably why, because they're doing things that are making it unfun and suffering from cognitive dissonance. They want to win, and yet they're triggering their teammates, and those things are at odds, right? And so you have to then rationalize which one, and you have to take a moment to step back and say, all right, what's actually the version of the gamer that I want to be? And I promise you, it is proven, you will play better if you're able to regulate your emotions. That's what I'm just going to give for that. So we'll get back to it. Can go grab a little bit of a lunch. Let me check out. No new comments. That's fine. We're going to take a little break. And I'll be back in like 10 or 15 minutes. All right? Peace.
tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite lights. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite lights. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. A monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven, all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me home from.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. 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 One
tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven all over the stars. Hear you calling for me, hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite lights. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night.
All right, I actually got some stuff that I need to take care of. So thanks to anyone who came by. If you are here, make sure to leave a thumbs up and check out the YouTube channel. But that's going to be it for me for today. All right, take it easy. Peace.